this is Rob and today in Tacx Turbo Talks we're talking to Jakob Fuglsang of Astana Pro Team about La Vuelta a España. It's Friday the 23rd of August. It's one more slip before the start of the final Grand Tour of the year, La Vuelta a España. And on the line from Spain, we've got a rider who already wore that red leaders jersey once before. So it's time to find out if he's aiming for another one this year. On the line is Jakob Fuglsang of Astana Pro Team. Welcome, Jakob. Thanks for coming on the podcast.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Like I said, you already wore that red jersey once before in 2011. Have you got any memories of that one?
Yeah. Of course I do. It was after team time trial that we won with Team Leopard back in the days. So was nice. It was only for a day, but it was still nice and a good memory. Yeah. And hopefully we as a team can repeat the win. Like I said to the boys yesterday, I've done the Vuelta 3 times. 2 times we started with team time trial, and the 2 times I was on the winning team. So hopefully we can repeat that, but it's not going to be easy.
I was just about to say, because that other time, this is your 4th participation in the last 2 times, started with a team time trial, and both times you won. The other one was in 2013. Would you still remember all your teammates, you reckon, from those years, or?
Yeah, more or less. Can be that I will forget somebody if you ask me to name them all, but I think I will remember them all.
Okay. Do you remember in 2011 who was higher ranked in the GC than you? Because you came 11th, well, maybe 10th now after Kobo is out. Do you remember who came 6th, your teammate?
It was Maximum 4.
Yeah, too easy for you. So you're coming off a stellar season so far. Obviously, Spring Classics campaign, the Tirreno, all great results, winning Dauphiné, and then came the Tour de France. Unfortunately, the second time in your career that you had to abandon a Grand Tour. How did you bounce back from that disappointment afterwards?
Of course, it was a huge disappointment, and of course also physically to be sitting on the couch at home, not being able to do anything for a little more than a week was not easy, and also mentally then to pick myself up and to start training again and to try to find some kind of good shape before the Vuelta wasn't easy, and it's also no secret that for now I'm not 100%, and that's also why I'm not gonna aim for GC this time. I'm here to try to help the team as good as I can, and then I would like to go to try for a stage, to win a stage. That's my personal ambition. So we will see how it goes on, but first of all I have to find my legs again, and hopefully I will find them within the first part of the Vuelta.
Because obviously that first part of the Vuelta is definitely not going to be easy. If you, like in that week after Tour de France when you're sitting at home, do you still watch the Tour de France then, or were you just completely blocked it out?
No, I still watched, also because I was doing a blog for a Danish newspaper doing the tour, and of course leaving it out completely would be difficult to do a blog for the newspaper. So I still watch them, and also just to see how the race went on. Of course, it would have been nicer to be racing, but that wasn't possible. So that's how it was.
Yeah, so like you said, you're not 100% now. So in those weeks before, in between, probably when you were back on the bike and Vuelta's probably been about 3 weeks. Did you have a chance to go on a training camp, or what did you do to prepare as good as possible for this Vuelta?
No, I stayed home. I tried to take it a little more easy, also because my main goal is to to find my legs here, and then to finish the season in a good way, World Championships, and I would like to do good also in Lombardia in the end. So I think for that it's also maybe better that I'm not 100% to start with, but yeah, I have to be careful also not to kill myself during the Vuelta. I would like to finish off in a good way, and to come out of the Vuelta with good shape and stronger than now, and not killing myself. So I spent some time at home, spent some time with the family, which was also needed after being a lot away and preparing quite intensively for the tour. So it was nice to have just a bit of time at home.
And now, like you said, helping out the team probably, and maybe going for some stages in the Vuelta. What's the indication that you got from Superman? How is he feeling?
I think he's feeling good, but we also have Johnny Segir that looks to be super fit, and I believe that with those two we have two strong cards to play, and can maybe be our advantage over some of the other teams, like for instance Jumbo Visma. They seem to have a super strong team also, but one leader only, I guess. So I believe we have a really strong team here, not only on paper, with two leaders that seem to be strong, but yeah, it's much easier to tell after the first few stages that are already quite demanding. So we will see when we get going, and it's going to be interesting.
So when you look at that road book for the upcoming weeks, do you already then immediately notice some stages, and like maybe later on that you think, well, if I find my legs again, this might be a stage that I'll be going for? Or
no, I will take it more day by day and see how it fits. First of all, with the team tactics, and then of course also seeing how I progress and how I'm feeling. So I haven't really put any crosses in the road book yet. I will decide that as we go along.
I think for fans, like the Vuelta is always like a really exciting Grand Tour, because it seems like the danger is around every corner. You never know when an attack is going to happen. Maybe there was also from the Contador days, but how is the Vuelta a different style of racing than any other races?
It's I don't know if it's so different. You can say it's different in a way that you don't have so many riders that only have the let's say the main objective of the year as the Vuelta, and that also means that you have riders in all different levels. You have riders that you don't expect to do good, that will be flying, and you have riders that you say on paper they should be up there, but they won't be there because they burned themselves out during the season. And of course, then the parcours of the Vuelta is always super hard, and there's a lot of mountain stages. So that's what makes it maybe a bit different from the other stage races. You have less bunch finishes, you have less sprints, normally at least. So it's a different race, that's for sure. And also you don't have teams that focus 100% on La Vuelta and control from the morning till the end. So in those ways, it's different.
And you already mentioned you're trying to come out with great legs, maybe towards the World Championships and Lombardia. Looking at those World Championships in Yorkshire, looking at the Danish team, what are your expectations from there?
I think we can have a super strong team, and it looks like we get eight spots, so that's also great. And right now you see also a lot of young Danish guys that are going strong. So I'm quite confident that we can be at the start line in Yorkshire with a strong and competitive team, and that we have quite some cards to play. Then we have to see on the day, but no, I really think that we have we will have a strong team for the Worlds.
And then maybe even looking further ahead, because next year World Championships in Switzerland, and you were obviously born in Switzerland, while being Danish. Is that a special thing maybe for next year, a special goal with the parkour that might suit you being in Switzerland?
That I haven't really really looked at yet. I think next year the big goal for me, or the 1 day race, if you say that way, that I really have focused on, it will be the Olympics. That's one of my main goals for next year, and the one that I, let's say, have in mind for the moment. I took silver in Rio, and would love to change that for the gold. I know it's not easy, but I think the parkour in Rio isn't too bad for me. So there should be possibilities if I arrive there in good condition.
It's definitely a great aim to aim for, and obviously for next year and the year after, you just signed that contract extension with Astana. There was a no-brainer for you?
No, it was a bit back and forward, and it took a bit longer also because together with my manager we looked at different options, and there was also of course other teams that were interested, but in the end of the day, I'm 34 years old now, and don't have probably don't have 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 good years in front of me. So it came down to that it was important for me to stay with a team where I knew what I had, and I mean, this year has been my best season ever, and with this team around me, with the guys in Astana, I know what I have, and I proved that it's the right way for me, and that I can win races with the help of these guys. So that was one of the main things for staying. But there was also other teams in the let's say in the fight or in the negotiations. So it wasn't just a no-brainer. I mean, I've been here for 7 years, and sometimes you also have to consider if it's time to try something new at some point. But in the end of the day, we decided that it would be the smartest to stay. And here I know my spot. I know what kind of role I have in the team. I know what kind of role the team gives me, and what to expect from the team.
And like you said, you're 34, but it seems, and you had a great season, so it seems like you're only getting better with age. We're moving on to the Tacx Turbo Talks fan question of the week. Each week, everyone on the internet can send their questions in for our guests, as they did this week. And we had a question coming in via Instagram from Laurens Vermuiten, and he wanted to know, what's your maximum wattage ever?
Maximum wattage ever, I think it must be something like 1300, 1350.
Wow. Okay. It always leaves me in awe when I hear those numbers.
I'm not super explosive. There will be guys in the pro peloton laughing about it. That's for sure.
Well, they don't have your weight probably. They might be a little bit heavier, maybe.
Yeah, they can be.
All right. So to wrap it up, we're going through some rapid fire questions. So just some quick, short questions for you, and just for you, probably just one word answers. Are you ready for that?
Yes.
All right. So we're starting with yes or no. Pineapple on a pizza?
No.
I would swap Olympic silver for a Tour de France podium.
No.
Italy or France?
Italy.
Are you going to ride Flanders in 2020 or in 2021?
I hope so.
Who was your idol when you were growing up?
Must be Bjarne Riis.
Over all those years in the pro peloton, who was your favorite teammate?
Andy Schleck.
He's actually, I read this week that he's actually younger than you are.
Yeah, but not by much.
Not very much, but still, I was a little bit surprised.
When you look back now, all my teammates from when I started, they, or at least the ones that I did Tour de France with, they stopped by now. I'm the only one left from that group. Stuart O'Grady.
Still going strong. All right, last one. Sorry, who wins La Vuelta?
Roglic.
Okay. Well, that's it. We're going to wrap it up. Thanks, Jakob. Thanks so much for your time on the day before the start of the Vuelta. Appreciate it, and good luck, and hope you find your legs in this Vuelta.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, thanks everyone for listening. Spread the word about the podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review. This was Rob Bauer with Jakob Fuglsang of Astana Pro Team. Stay tuned for a new Tacx Turbo Talks next week.